Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're actually going to talk about the Tulsi plant, right? Also known as the holy basil tree or something, right? Holy basil plant or holy basil tree or something, right? Today we're gonna talk about that, right? And how it's so important and very holy. So, as you see, right, what does the ancient Vedic scriptures talk about, right? So, when you look at Garud Purana, right, not Quran but Puran, the Vedic scriptures, the Garuda Purana, right? Garuda Purana on chapter 9 or something talks about the Tulsi plant and how Tulsi plant is the great, right? It's like, how is it very holy or something, right? And the Garuda Purana chapter 9 already talks about it. And today we're going to talk about not only about the Tulsi plant, it is about the Tulsi plant and also about fruits, of how fruits is great. I mean, like one example is apple and how apple is greater, something like that, right? So since Tulsi plant is all very great, right, very holy, today we are also going to discuss about another right, another thing, which is about apples, right? So when you look at apples, you see it's the king of fruits. This is the reason why it's a benefit of apples. For example, apples nutritious and gives you may lower your risk of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and more. Apples contain fiber, vitamin C, polyphenols, and quercetin, which are various and as stabilize blood sugar, lowers cholesterol, reduces blood pressure, eases inflammation, right? So it says apple may lower high cholesterol and blood pressure, right? Eating foods with fiber, including apples, can aid digestion, right? So it says it will lower your risk of cancer. What is cancer? Cancer is a disease, right? One of the highest disease or the highest disease, right? Whenever there is a sinner, right? And where a sinners sin too much, right? Then Yamraj, the angel of death, right, comes in, right, sends down a disease, right, or the disease to come all bad, so something, right, and it attacks or like it comes into a sinner, right. You need to do so many mantras, numerous amount of mantras, and you get rid of the cancer, right. So, but when you eat apples or something, right, it may lower your risk of cancer, right. It's a probability or something, but there's probably like a high probability. And this meme called like you maybe meme something called apple a day take gets the doctor or something like that. It's just like that, right? Apple is the best, and it's good for you. See how fruits are great, right? It keeps away from the disease of Yamaraj, right? The angel of death, getting a disease onto people, right? Now, when you look here, apple is the king of fruits, as I discussed earlier. You can see 54 a holy number of Hinduism, maybe something, right? You can see apple is the king of fruits. It says interesting facts in the talk says what fruit is the king of fruits, right? And right, it's sometimes called the king of fruits. Apple is the king of fruits when you see here, king of the fruit. So seeing this, apple is great, considered great. So today we're gonna look to the Garuda Purana. This is Garuda Purana, chapter 9, about the holy basil. We already talked about the apple and how apples are very important, very good, right? Very important is the apple. Now today we're gonna talk about the holy basil, right? So when you read it says where okay now let's continue reading the Garuda Purana. Let's read the Garuda Purana chapter 9, right? Or something of what it says. It says, where is the shade of the holy basil tree which removes the pain of being? There is always liberation for the dying, difficult to obtain by gifts. The house in which the holy basil tree is enshrined is like a holy bathing place. The servants of Yama do not come to it. Yama is not able to see him who gives up his life while having a holy basil shoot, though he have hundreds of sins. The man who dies with the leaf of it in his mouth upon a seed of sesame and dharba grass goes to the city of Vishnu, unfailingly, though you have no son. Sesames, dharba grasses, and holy basil are three holy things, and they prevent an ailing man from going to a miserable condition. Because the sesame is produced from is holy. Since Asuras, Danavas, Daityas run away from sesame, the dharba grass, O Tarksha, are produced from. Hence, by the mere touch of them, men attain heaven. Brahma is seated at the root of the kusha grass. In the middle of the kusha is Janardana. At the tip of the kusha is Sankaradev, three shining ones, seated in the kusha grass. Hence, kusha fire mantras, holy vessels. Brahmins and cows do not lose their priority of being used using it. So you can see all this, right? Today I read you about the Guru Purna, how it's holy. You can read this. You can see this, right? It says, "He who calls, O Ganges, O Ganges, O while life is flickering in the throat, goes when dead to the city of Vishnu, and is not being born again on earth." And it says, "A man who, when his life's living, contemplates with faith the Ganges, goes to the high school." This is also about Ganges again, right? Or something. So I included Ganges too. This also talks about a Salagrama stone or something, right? And how it's great and like something like that, right? I don't really think you can see it, but it's okay. You can read the Garuda Puran chapter 9. It's very important there. Okay. So today I'm going to end this video, right? Today this video is to tell I don't give like any false knowledge, right? I give only truth. I will tell only truth as a Vaishnav, right? I know things. I'm a Vaishnav. I know all, right? I'm not doing this just for followers or viewers. I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it to tell people the truth, right? Hinduism is the only true religion. What else do you think it is? Do your Abrahamic faith ever tell you some things like this or something? No. You see how we see the Tulsi plant, Tulsi plant is very holy and it's very powerful, right? Science is just false. I'm gonna destroy science arguments in the next video, right? That'll be coming up in the next video. Plus, even if I put more videos in the short section, something like that, it doesn't really matter, okay? But I'm like in the video section on my YouTube channel, I'm gonna the next video is going to be about destroying the science, right? I already destroyed science, but I'm gonna like do it again or something, right? Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 6, says, Sarvadhanam pratityaja kam saranam braja ham tavam sarvabhavi mokshaysami masuka, right? So, let me say this again. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 66, Sarvadhanam pratityaja kam saranam braja ham tavam sarvabhavi mokshaysami masuka, right? Lord Krishna, the Almighty God, right? Lord Krishna will liberate you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear, right? Surrender unto Lord Krishna. Well, let's say if you do not surrender to Lord Krishna, you surrender into the demigods or Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, even though they're from Lord Vishnu, like demigods and demigods. Now, it doesn't matter, right? As long as you're in Sanatan Dharma, you're okay, you're fine. And you need to follow the Vedic principles, and that's all, right? You just don't be in Sanatan Dharma. You have to, and you follow the Vedic principles and all that, right? That's why God gave you this life, I guess, right? I am Vaishnav, right? I tell the truth. If any non-Hindu wants to deviate, I'm free, right? On worship Govinda, the Sri Govinda, right? The Sri Govinda, Almighty Lord Krishna, right? Worship Lord Krishna if you truly want to be saved. Only Hinduism is the truth. Jai Shri Ram.